Hi guys, it's Topsy here. Hope you guys are well. If this is the first time you're seeing this face, then welcome to the Topsycole channel. I hope you decide to stay. We would love to have you as part of the family. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite face brushes. These are the brushes that I pretty much use on an everyday basis. Yeah, I mean, like any other sort of makeup enthusiast, I have a ton of brushes. I'm very lazy. I don't like washing brushes. So I found myself over the years sort of accumulating brushes. But these are the ones that I sort of use regularly. These are the ones that if I forget them or if I lose them, I would feel like life as I know it is over. Okay, that's a bit extreme, but you get the drift. Anyway, let me get into the video. So I'm just going to be sharing with you face brushes in this video. I am trying to not have a long video because I am notorious for having long videos. So I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. So in another video coming soon, I will be sharing with you my favorite eye brushes. So let's start with foundation. So for foundation, I have two brushes that I roll with, that if one is dirty, then I grab the other one. But I love them equally. The first one is the Morphe E53, and it looks like that. It's a flat top brush. As you can see, it's very dense. I always advise for foundation to go for densely packed brushes. I believe this is synthetic actually. From what I understand of brushes, there are two types. There's the natural edge brushes and there's the synthetic brushes. The natural edge brushes are best used with powders, and the synthetic head brushes you can use either powder or cream. I love this brush to apply my foundation. If I'm not using this one, or if this one is dirty, then another one that I love, which is the one I actually use today, apologies, most of these brushes would actually be dirty, you've been warned, because I use them for my makeup today. So this one is the Sigma, I believe it's the F80. I will check that for you because it's kind of faded off the brush. I've had this brush for quite a while. So this is how that looks like. And again, this one is densely packed, as you can see. When it's densely packed, it's good because it helps you to, buff your foundation in. So I like to first apply my foundation with a brush, and then it's not really a brush, but after I've used the brush, I would go in with a beauty blender to basically get rid of any excess and just basically further blend the foundation in. So yeah, I mean, there are loads of dupes out there. This is the actual original beauty blender, but I believe you have tons. You have the Real Techniques. Morphe has one. Yeah, loads of other dupes for the beauty blender. But yeah, I use that to further blend in my foundation, and I also use it to blend in my concealer under my eyes. On to powder, my powder brush. I have two again that I use, and they're both affordable. I found two brushes at e.l.f. that I really like for powder. The first one is the e.l.f. powder brush, which looks like that. As you can see, again, this is very dense, and it's very good to get the powder onto the skin. Once I use this to set my face with my powder after I've applied my liquid foundation. And when this is not available to me because it's dirty, I would go for this one, which is from e.l.f. as well. e.l.f. powder blurring brush. This is smaller, as you can see. A bit smaller in terms of circumference than the powder brush, but I love both of them just as equally. They do a fantastic job. And another thing to note actually is that this powder brush, you can also use this to apply your foundation. It applies liquid foundation like a dream as well. So, you have that option. So moving on to contouring. So on the days when I apply cream concealers to contour my cheekbones, I you would see, I would link my foundation routine videos somewhere in this video. So I go in with this brush, which is the e.l.f. They call it the e.l.f. foundation blurring brush, but I find it, I've tried to use it for foundation before, but it's just too small for my liking. I use it to blend my contour in. So that's what I use it for, and that's how that one looks like. It's called the e.l.f. foundation blurring brush. Again, apologies, I used this brush today. So once I have applied the cream contour, yeah, I go in to set my cream contour in place with powder. So the brush that I use to apply that, to apply my powder contour is the MAC 168 brush. I've had this brush for yonkies. I've had this brush for a good over 10 years. I mean, I know a lot of people say, you know, MAC brushes are expensive, which they are. However, they last for a long, long time. They last ages. I've had this brush, like I said, for over 10 years, and it doesn't shed excessively. It's still intact. So, you know, I think, you know, sometimes quality over, you know, price sometimes. So yeah, that's the brush that I love to do my contour with, and it looks like that. That's what I use to, so you can see the name is actually faded. But yeah, so I use that to basically set my cream contour. So I use this to apply my powder contour. Love this brush. Still on contouring, for my nose contour, I actually have two brushes to do this. On the days when I'm cream contouring my nose, I will go in first with this brush to lay down the cream, and that looks like that. And this is I think this is actually the only Zoeva brush that I have, and it's a Zoeva 235 contour shader brush, and it looks like this. As you can see, it has an angle to it, so it fits right in the, you know, on the sides of the nose where you want to put your contour. So once I've done that, I go in with like a more fluffier brush, and this is the Morphe E53. So I go in with this one because it's kind of fluffier than this one, which is very angled and quite thin. So I go in with this one just to buff out the edges of the contour. So I use this to lay the contour down, and then I use this to buff it in, and also sort of set it with any powder contour products that I'm going to use to set my nose contour. So I just use this to blend it in, blend, and to just, you know, diffuse the contour. So I love this brush. So moving on to blush. This is the tongue twister of brushes, because you have to say blush brush, and I find that a struggle most of the time. So this is the brush that I use to do my blush. Yeah, and this is the Morphe E53, and it looks like this. I absolutely love this brush because I dip it in my blush, and then I just sort of pat it in. I place the color in, and then I use the top bit, which you can see is sort of put it at an angle so you can see. It's sort of like a pointed, it has like a pointed shape. So once I've placed the blush down, I use the front bit to sort of buff it in, and I love the way it applies my blush. So this is the brush that I use to apply my blushes. So once all my makeup is done, I go in with my MAC MSF powder, and I pick the product up, and as you can see, actually let me show you, this is the Morphe E58, and it looks like that. So as you can see, this brush, I'll show you from the side, is angled in a way where it's sort of, yeah, it's angled. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah. So it fits right into, you know, every crevice of your face. I use this to basically blend all my makeup together just to make sure that there's no lines of demarcation, everything is well blended. So this is the brush that I use to do that, and it's called the Morphe E58. The two brushes that I like to use for highlighting, the first one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills A23, which looks like that. It's a very sort of fluffy brush. So I like this because it fits right at the top of your cheeks where you apply your highlighter. So you can use that to place your highlighter, and then you can also use the brush to sort of blend it in. So I really like this. And when I'm not using this brush, another one that I like to use is the Morphe R36 brush that looks like this. It's a bigger version of a blending brush in terms of your eyeshadow, and it's more tapered at the top as well. So I also like this one because it gives you more precision right there. So when on the days when I want more precision in my highlighter, I would sort of use this just to place it right where I want it and also to blend it in. So I really do like this brush as well. So those are the two highlighter brush that I like to use. So that's pretty much all the face brushes that I have for you today. Those are my top brushes that I use on my face. Where possible, I've given you alternatives. Basically, that concludes my video for today. I would be uploading my favorite eye brushes for you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, why not? Why not? Hit that subscribe button down below. Come be part of the family. We would love to have you. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so that whenever I upload videos, you don't miss any videos. So I'll catch you guys in another video very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.
You take me to a place I never been. I just wanna compliment your excellence. God sent you straight from heaven.